Hey there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at every single one of the products from the Happily Ever After release from Trinity Stamps hitting the shop on May 5th. First, we're going to look at the stamp sets. This is a new 4x3 gnome stamp set called Bloom and Grow. It has this little gnome popping up out of this watering can, 3 different sentiments, and an additional little bloom. There is a coordinating die that's going to die cut out all 5 of these images, and the die is going to cut openings in and around that flowering can, which I think is very cool. Nice added touch. So here are the images stamped out with black ink on white paper so you can see what they look like, and then I'll show you what they look like as they're die cut out so you can see how the die cuts the openings around the water can. I just love that added detail. Very cool. Here is a completed card with this stamp set. I love these bright, fun colors for spring, and I think this is a great spring and summery kind of stamp set to play with. All right, next up we have a new 4x6 stamp set. This is the Pretty Wonderful stamp set and coordinating die. This vase of flowers is so large. It's like 5.5 inches tall, I believe. So it's a really fun size image, really cool to color. And the dies that cut out the sentiments are really cool because they cut out the words in individual words, not just one sentiment. So that's pretty cool. That way you can customize your project. I'll show you that in just a minute. So here's the stamped images, and there they are die cut out. So you can stack your words, you can make them long, however you want to do it. And this one also cuts in and around that bouquet of flowers. Here's a completed card. I colored the flowers very simply with Copic markers, and I had so much fun coloring this. You could vary the color of your flowers and have different blooms in there. It's just really fun to color. All right, moving on, we have the Happily Ever After stamp set with this gorgeous bride and groom. There are 3 different sentiments in here. One of those sentiments that's long, it's going to cut out the whole sentiment. The other 2 that are stacked, there's dies to cut out every single word. So you could use these words in different configurations, but like for congratulations, you could use that word by itself. And of course, all these sentiments, you can go ahead and just stamp them right on your card as well. So let's take a look at these stamped out. I think that bride and groom in that style is really versatile. I think it's really pretty too. So here you can see what I'm talking about with the sentiments, how you can really change them up. And I think that's a nice way to put some versatility into a very simple stamp set. So here is the completed card, and in the background you might notice some flowers there, and if they look familiar to you, that's because they are from the Summer Blooms stamp set, which was part of a kit released by Trinity Stamps last summer, and it has been re-released individually, so it's not in a kit anymore. You can just purchase the stamp set and the die set, and I'm so excited. This is one of my most favorite floral sets. So here's a card I made with this, and this card is part of today's celebration hop. I will have my video for the hop linked for you below so you can hop along, see some other design team projects, and enter our giveaway. All right, let's talk about standalone dies now. First up, we have the Wedded Couple Silhouette die. So another great staple piece you could add to your collection and easily whip out some wedding cards. So let's see what that looks like, die cut from some black glitter cardstock. Love it. And then we'll see what it looks like on a card. But I'm going to show you this die set too because I'm using it on the same card. This is the Mr. and Mrs. die set. You've got your words and shadow layers, and here they are all die cut out and put together. And by the way, those little periods and the shadow layer for the periods, you could make googly eyes with those, like faux googly eyes, right? I think so. All right, so there's the 2 die sets put together on an A7 size card, and in the background you can see I've used the foiling floral die set to make a shimmery background. So I love how this black and white card turned out. It's going to be very versatile to have in my stash for anybody's wedding, right? All right, now we have the oval foliage die. I can't say that word, foliage. Yeah, you know what I mean though, right? That's why I put it on the screen. This is a 3-piece die set. The oval is over 5 inches tall, and it can die cut out a floral piece with the center intact, or you can use this die right here to cut out the center. Then there's the largest die that cuts out a mat for it, and you could use the centerpiece to cut out the center of the mat as well. It's got these beautifully intricate little leaves. Here you can see I've die cut that foliage frame and the center as well, and I did a green mat with the largest die. So I thought this was really pretty, but I wanted to see what it looked like if I cut out the center. So I put the top piece in place where I was going to mount it, traced that opening, and then I was able to use that as a guide for the die, and I taped that in place, die cut it out, and then any pencil marks I had, I just erased those so they wouldn't show up if I, accidentally left some there, and there was just a couple little spots. It was pretty easy to line up. Then I can add my frame back on top, and I have got a mat for it with an opening. So I decided to take that and turn it into a shaker card. So there you can see what this looks like on a 5x7 card. And again, I use those summer blooms right on there. I think it's such a gorgeous stamp set. And next, moving on, we have our Scripty Wedding Day die set. This says, "Best wishes on your wedding day." It has all the words, and every word has a shadow with that gorgeous script that Trinity is known for. So I think this is a cool die set because you could use just the words "best wishes" and have it for any time. Now these dies can be really close together and hard to snip apart with your snip. So if you take at one end and kind of start to twist it gently, you can pop it out of the die really easily. All right, next we're looking at the Blooming Circle window die. So this is another like cool and versatile die set because you can take just the middle or the smaller die with all the flowers on it, die cut that directly from your card front, and you're going to have a window into your card. If you use the other die along with it, you're going to be able to cut that out and have a separate piece. So you can see that here on the bottom, I used both dies. The top piece, I only used the outer die, and that's going to give me a piece to layer behind it. But if I only used the floral die by itself, it's going to cut a window into my card front. So it's pretty cool, and I think the blooms are really pretty. They kind of go with the Summer Blooms stamp set. They coordinate with that pretty good. So you can see the shadow layer fits edge to edge with the top piece. All right, now we have our woven mini slimline die. I love the collection of mini slimline cover plate dies from Trinity Stamps. This one kind of has that basket feel, but also kind of a graphic feel. So I think it's a pretty cool addition to the line. And now I'm going to show you a card I used with all three of those products on one cute mini slimline card. And I think that background plate, that mini slimline, is going to be one you could use with a lot of different looks. So it's a good one to have. All right, then on our very last product in this release, we have our Floral Twinkle Slimline. Yeah, that's what it is, Slimline die. It's very intricate, so gorgeous. Look at this. This being intricate, you might need something like a shim. I just used one sheet of copy paper when I ran this through, and I ran it through my die cut machine and back, and I was able to pop out all the little fallout pieces. So just play with your machine. If it feels too hard to run through, just don't force it. All right, I also used that die with a rubber mat and was able to emboss that die into my paper, and oh my word, this might be my favorite way to use this die. It is so gorgeous, and here's a card I made with that. I think that this die is also one that can go with a lot of different looks. So you can get fancy, or you could, put those cute summer bloom flowers on top. So that is a look at all the brand new products. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you will check out our hop. I will have a link to my video below, and you can hop along from there. I thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in today's products, they are linked for you in the description box below. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe because I have new stamping videos all the time just for you. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Happy stamping. Bye.